You know the words. You understand the sentences.
But the moment you have to speak, everything slows down.
Because your brain is doing something exhausting.
It's translating every single word.
Think in your language. Build the sentence. Translate it. Speak.
4 steps before one word comes out.
Today we're going to show you how to stop that.
7 steps backed by research, tested in real life.
And none of them require you to move to an English-speaking country.
Let's go.
Welcome to Learn English with Jay and Anna. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anna. Today is a research-backed episode.
Everything we share today comes from real language learning science.
And from our own experience, which sometimes contradicts the science.
Ha! Fair point.
The topic: how to train your brain to think in English.
Not translate. Think.
There's a big difference.
When you translate, you're always one step behind.
When you think in English, you're in the conversation.
That's the goal. 7 steps to get you there.
Step 1. Surround yourself with English.
And here's the important part: not as study time.
As fun time.
10 to 30 minutes a day. That's all.
Podcasts, songs, films, blogs, internet radio.
Things you actually enjoy.
Because when you enjoy something, you're relaxed.
And a relaxed brain learns more deeply than a stressed one.
That's the research. Stress blocks language acquisition.
Acquisition means picking something up naturally, not forcing it.
So the first step is literally, have fun in English.
Which is what this podcast is. Right now. You're doing step 1.
Ha! Look at you. Already on step 1.
Step 2. Only use words you already know.
This one surprises people.
Because most learners do the opposite.
They have an idea. They don't know the word. They reach for the dictionary.
Or they ask, how do you say this in English?
And every time you do that, you break the flow.
You go back to your language. Back to translation.
Instead, if you don't have the word, describe it.
Or let the idea go entirely and say something else.
The goal is fluency, not perfection.
Fluency means speaking smoothly, without big pauses.
And using simple words achieves that faster than complex ones.
Step 3. Start small. Start with single words.
This is the most underrated step.
Look around you right now. What do you see?
Phone, window, chair, table, cup.
Say those words in English. Not your language. English.
Do this every day. Even for 1 minute.
Then move up to 2-word chunks. Warm coffee. Busy street.
Then short phrases. The window is open. My coffee is hot.
Small steps. Every day. That's how habits form.
The research calls this atomic habits thinking.
Tiny actions. Done consistently. Huge results. Okay. Story time. This one is about step 4.
Step 4, talking to yourself.
Yes. And I have a very embarrassing story.
Of course you do.
So the research says speak out loud. To yourself. In English.
Okay.
A psychologist called Vygotsky found that inner thinking comes from outer speaking.
Meaning, if you speak out loud, your inner voice follows.
Exactly. So I started doing it. Walking to work.
Talking to yourself while walking. Okay.
What a lovely morning. The sky is very blue today. I need to buy milk.
All good so far.
And then a woman walking her dog passed me.
Oh no.
I said out loud, "Oh, a very nice dog. Very fluffy. Very good dog."
Ha. Out loud?
To no one. Just to the world. Very fluffy. Very good dog.
What did the woman do?
She smiled nervously and walked faster.
Ha. But Jay, your English was completely correct.
It was. Very fluffy is grammatically perfect.
The lesson, talking to yourself in English works.
Just maybe not quite so publicly.
Or at least, make eye contact with the dog first.
Ha! Good tip.
The serious point, your bathroom is the best place for this.
Describe your morning routine out loud. In English.
I'm washing my face. Now I'm brushing my teeth. The water is cold.
Nobody hears you. No judgment. Just practice.
And your brain starts to hear English as a normal voice.
Not a foreign one. Just yours.
My story is about step 5. Writing in English.
Tell us.
So the research says, writing and speaking are connected.
They reinforce each other.
And it says to start small. Shopping lists. Post-it notes.
Not a whole essay. Just small things.
So I started writing my shopping list in English.
Simple.
Milk. Bread. Tomatoes. Washing powder.
Nothing complicated.
But here's what happened.
What?
I went to the supermarket. And I found myself thinking in English.
Because the list was in English.
Exactly. My brain was already in English mode before I even spoke.
That's the power of the small habit.
One shopping list. Changed how I thought in the supermarket.
Then you built up from there.
I left notes for my family in English. I wrote little diary entries.
Diary entries means short notes about your day.
Today I woke up late. I had coffee. I felt good.
3 sentences. That's all.
But over time, those 3 sentences become 10. Then 20.
And your written English becomes your spoken English.
Because they really do influence each other.
Step 6. Practice with other people.
Because the proof is in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding means the real test is in the doing.
You can practice alone for months. But real conversations are different.
There's pressure. There's unpredictability.
Someone says something you didn't expect.
And that's where real fluency gets built.
But here's the key from the research.
Have conversations where your goal is to think in English.
Not to impress. Not to be perfect.
To think. In English. In real time.
Keep it simple. Use only words you know.
And focus completely on the flow.
That's what separates people who improve from people who plateau.
Plateau means to stop improving. To stay at the same level.
The ones who improve are focused on fluency over perfection.
Step 7. Go monolingual.
This is the game changer the research calls it.
Monolingual means using only one language. Only English.
Specifically, switch from a bilingual dictionary to an English one.
Bilingual means two languages. English to your language.
When you look up a word in a bilingual dictionary, you translate it.
You go back to your language. Again.
But when you use an English dictionary,
You read the definition in English. You think in English.
it's harder at first.
The research says there's no such thing as a free lunch.
No such thing as a free lunch means nothing worth having comes without effort.
But the rewards over months are huge.
Because your brain stops looking for the translation.
It starts understanding English through English.
And that is the switch. That is the moment everything changes.
Your turn. These are for you.
Answer out loud. In English. Right now.
Question 1. Which of the 7 steps are you already doing?
Think about it. Be honest.
Question 2. Which step feels hardest for you and why?
Is it talking to yourself? Writing? Going monolingual?
Question 3. What is one English moment you can create today?
A podcast. A film. A song. A shopping list in English.
Just one. Name it out loud.
Write your answers in the comments below.
We read every single one. Every time.
We talked about quite a lot today.
7 steps. All backed by research. All tested in real life.
Step 1. Surround yourself with English. As fun. Not study.
Step 2. Only use words you already know. Focus on fluency.
Step 3. Start with single words. Build up slowly.
Step 4. Talk to yourself out loud. In English.
Step 5. Write in English. Start with a shopping list.
Step 6. Practice with real people. Keep it simple.
Step 7. Go monolingual. English to English dictionary.
And Jay once told a stranger's dog it was very fluffy.
Out loud. In public.
In perfect English.
In perfect English. Here is the real lesson from all of this research.
Go ahead.
You don't become fluent by studying harder.
You become fluent by making English part of your life.
Small moments. Every day.
A shopping list. A morning description. A song.
These don't feel like learning. But they are.
The most powerful learning doesn't feel like studying.
It feels like living.
And that's what we want for you.
An English life. Not an English lesson.
Start today. One step. One moment.
The rest follows.
That's our show for today. Thank you so much for being here.
If this helped you, share it with someone who is trying to stop translating.
Subscribe so you don't miss our next video. See you then. Take care.
Bye everyone. Go create your English moment today.
And if you see a fluffy dog,
Say it out loud.
very fluffy. Very good dog.
In English.